And now more details about the police operation in Mong Kok this morning. This report from Rani Samtani.
At 5 a.m., police officers equipped with helmets, shields, and batons ran down Nathan Road towards the occupied area. They surrounded the main occupation site at the junction of Nathan Road and Argyle Street. Other officers used pliers and other tools to dismantle barricades and remove obstacles from the road. Police announced they were not there to clear out the protesters, only to remove obstacles and to allow traffic in Mong Kok to resume. Some occupiers moved their belongings onto the sidewalks. Police then cut down the main canopy that was set up by occupiers more than 2 weeks ago. They also removed all the banners that were tied to traffic lights. Officers met little resistance during the operation. Later in the morning, authorities extended the police cordon to the back streets of Mong Kok. Officers dispersed demonstrators who had gathered around Sayung Choi Street South and Shantung Street. A group of protesters moved their belongings to the nearby McPherson playground, while many demonstrators stayed on the southbound lanes of Nathan Road outside Waifeng Plaza.
I'm so disappointed and so shocked because they talked about they want to clear the blockade, but actually they clear all the people from the occupied area.
After the police completed their action, Argyle Street was reopened to traffic at around 7 a.m. And northbound traffic on Nathan Road towards Shamshui Po was restored just before 8 o'clock this morning. Bus services also resumed in this area after being disrupted for almost 3 weeks. This woman said now that the roads are open again, traveling is more convenient. But this driver said he wasn't happy with the police action and wanted to respect the demands of occupiers in Mong Kok. Meanwhile, there were sporadic scuffles between passers-by and the demonstrators. Protesters were on edge, fearing that they would soon be removed. When police began placing metal barriers along the pavement, some protesters tried to stop the officers by sitting on the pavement. Crowds of spectators gathered along the pavement to see what the demonstrators were up to. But after some against the movement started shouting at the protesters and creating arguments, police lined up along the pavement to prevent further clashes. At around 4 p.m., a man went to the middle of the road and called on other people to join him in what appeared to be an attempt to obstruct the flow of traffic. Policemen dragged him to the pavement where the man was handcuffed. 2 officers were reported injured in the incident. Rani Samtani, TVB News.
The police asked for the public's understanding of the need to take action in Mong Kok and warned against any takeover of reopened roads.
Police have the duty to protect the public's right to use the roads. I emphasize that police will not tolerate further blockage of the reopened road by the radical protesters. Should there be any acts of violence, police will take resolute actions.
Hui also urged people to stop engaging in flash mob action. 3 incidents yesterday saw people push or throw objects out on the road suddenly before quickly dispersing.
You can imagine if the drivers did not react in time, there would be traffic accident, and the consequences can be very, very serious. Police strongly condemn such reckless acts.
In one of the cases, the police said a passerby who tried to stop a flash mob from throwing objects onto the road was pushed to the ground and injured. Hui called it a deplorable act and said an investigation into the case is underway. Authorities also berated the occupiers in Causeway Bay for being extremely selfish after road blockages delayed emergency vehicles from reaching a fire scene yesterday. A sign outside a building on Yiwo Street caught fire Thursday afternoon, but because protesters had chained barricades together, firefighters had to spend some time cutting through these chains to get through. Deputy Chief Fire Officer Leung Wai-hung pointed out that it was a good thing the police had cleared out other reinforced barricades there earlier this week. Otherwise, a longer delay could have resulted in the fire spreading. He added that occupiers made no effort to move aside when the fire trucks had to leave the scene either. The police said a number of officers have found it necessary to seek counselling because of the unprecedented pressure they're under now. They also insisted that the police do respect press freedom and asked journalists to understand the difficulties the force is facing.